you want to sit for a chemistry exam and you still don't know this, you are not ready. The gas heavier than air is what? So which of these gases is heavier than air? Remember, air is a mixture, not a single entity. So how are you going to know the one that is denser or heavier than air? First thing you have to do is that you have to get the molar weight, molecular weight of air. Then you have to get the molecular weight of the options that you were given. If I may ask, what is the molecular weight of air? You can drop that in the comment section. I know a lot of people knows it, and if you don't know it, for us to get the molecular weight of air, what you do is that you get all the percentages of the constituents, then the molecular weight of all the constituents, then you have the mean of everything that is there. Now you have nitrogen, remember, then we have oxygen, also we have argon, and we have carbon dioxide, right? Now percentage of nitrogen in air is 78%. Remember, then oxygen is 21%. Then argon is what? Argon is 0.93%. Then carbon dioxide is 0.04%. Now, you getting this? What is the molecular weight of nitrogen? Remember, nitrogen is diatomic. So nitrogen is 14, right? When you have 214, since we have 2n, so that will be 2 times 14. So molecular weight, this is percentage composition. So molecular weight of nitrogen will be 28. Then for oxygen, that will be 16 times 2, that is 32. Then argon, molecular weight of argon is 40. Then when you calculate the molecular weight of carbon dioxide, that is 44. So the next thing you are going to do now is that you multiply all this together. Multiply it together. So molecular weight of air will now be equals to 78% is the same thing as 0.7 multiplied by 28. Then you do plus 0.21 multiplied by 32. Then you do 0.093 multiplied by, remember there is plus here, multiplied by 40. Then we have 0.004 multiplied by 44. So by the time you multiply all this together, you are going to have 29 gram per mole. Now, since we have the molecular weight of air to be 29 gram per mole, let's go back to the options. For nitrogen, what will be the molecular weight of nitrogen? That will be 28 gram per mole. Then chlorine, chlorine is 35.5. So we have 2 chlorine, right? So that will be 35.5 times 2. So which is 70 gram per mole. So we have 70 gram per mole. Moist here, meaning that it has a molecule of water. So by the time you add water, water is 18 gram per mole. 18 gram per mole plus the normal air, so plus 29. You are going to have 48 gram per mole. Then moist hydrogen, so that will be 2 gram per mole. So among all these, which one do you think will be heavier? So you have to consider the one that is more heavier in the options, and there is no other one than chlorine. So the correct answer for that will be chlorine, which is option B. Chlorine is heavier than air. If you are asked to find for the one that is lesser than air, that is how you are also going to do it. Of course, you can just know this value, 29 gram per mole. Then you can easily calculate which one is heavier and which one is denser. Which one is lesser and which one is heavier. See you guys in the next video.